Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be diving into something new. We're going to be trying some gemstone nails. For this look, we're going to be using the BEVLAH tutorial. This is the Volume 1 gemstone collection from Sweetie Nail Supplies, and BEVLAH is now available to the US customers, which is so exciting. And check out this packaging. It's super beautiful. It looks like a book, and then this is all the goodies inside. So it's everything we need to create the ultimate gemstone nail look. Now I instantly gravitated towards this beautiful gemstones on the side. This is going to spark all that creativity, giving you all the different color combinations and all the different rock and vein textures in those lines as well, which is really going to come in handy when it comes to creating those gemstone nails. And now we have a swatch card in here, which we'll dive into in just a little bit. I want to show you all the different colors. And then the tutorial aspect of this collection is absolutely beautiful. It's broken down into 3 steps, so you can really be successful when you're creating that gemstone marble nail look. Another thing that they included in here is a practice card, so you can go ahead and practice your marbling without wrecking a press-on nail. You can just go ahead and practice right on that sheet. And then here are the beautiful colors. So this kit contains 7 gel colors, and again, they're going to be like those syrup bases. And then we have a really innovative product, which I'm really intrigued by. This is the marbling dough in the color white. This is what's really going to enhance those gemstones and really bring them to life by adding that vein texture to it and just giving it that perfect gemstone look. And then we have a spatula in here, which we're going to be using when it comes to play with that marbling dough. So everything in this box is very luxurious. I really like the packaging. These bottles are absolutely beautiful. We have a classic white bottle, but then we have this really beautiful gold top, and then we have the color indicator on all the bottles. I really love the packaging of this. The bottles feel really sturdy. Again, this is a very just amazing, beautiful, well thought out kit, and you have everything that you need to create your gemstone nails. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take a closer look at all these colors that are in this kit and check out that marbling dough. It is so fun. So you can use it in kind of 2 different ways. You can use it for some texture, or you could go ahead and you'll see in a little bit how we use it just to get the perfect like white veins in the gems. It's a really awesome product. Now all these colors are perfect staple colors as well if you're looking to grow your syrup collection, because not only can you use these for the gemstone nail art, but these are great syrup colors just to have in your collection because they are the perfect gem jewel tone colors, and they're also going to be great for that transition into fall. So you kind of have best of both worlds when it comes to this amazing collection. So here are all the colors, just a quick glimpse at them, but we are going to dive into most of these colors today. So let's get into it. So for the first set, I wanted to pull in some greens and then some neutral tone colors, and then we're also going to be playing with these mica flakes. It's in a 3-pack, and this is the lighter one. This is the kind of like the white pearl mica flakes. There's also a gray tone and then more of a brown red. Now for the first nail, I just want to go in with the marbling gel first, and I want to build up the nail from there. So I'm just looking at the viscosity and just playing with the formula to see what that consistency is. And then we're also going to go in with a few essentials. These are the nail brushes from Sweetie Nail Supply, and everything that we are using in today's video can be found in that description box below. So these are the main brushes that we're going to be using. Now to start off with, I'm going to go in, I'm not going to use a base color or anything like that. I wanted to see and just play with this. This is kind of like our tester nail. So I'm going to go in with that marble ink, and we're just going to apply it over the entire nail, and we're not going to cure it. We're just going to leave it just like this, and then we're going to go in with the nail art brushes, and I'm going to start off with the green color first, and we're just going to go ahead and create a design right on top of this nail on that uncured marble ink. So I'm going to create a line going all the way down. I'm doing a little bit of a wiggle motion, and I'm just hovering right over that marble ink. And you can see here we have a really gorgeous deep green, and then it's going to bloom out and create a really awesome effect. So I'm just doing lines slightly on the side, and then I'm just going to go ahead and just fan it out a little bit more just to spread that out, just to create a little bit more of a design. But you can do any design that you want with this. The tutorial cards are really helpful because it's going to give you some really awesome key starting points and how to start your lines. And then if you wanted to build up that color even more, you just go ahead and just dip that brush right back into the green, and then go hover right over that area just to build up a little bit of some darker areas. You can create some shadowing, and if you wanted to do some darker veins, you definitely can use a thinner nail art brush as well. But I'm just going to go in and just play with the green a little bit more here. I'm going to add a little bit more pops of green on the side of the nail, and then we're going to tie in another color here in just a few moments. Now I'm giving the nail a few seconds just to kind of breathe and kind of just spread out a little bit to kind of see the design that we're just organically creating. And now I want to darken it up a little bit. So we're going to go in with another brush from Sweetie Nail Supply, and we're just going to go ahead and create some darker veins in here. And I didn't cure this nail. We're still going right on top of that marbling ink, and we are just creating a really fun design. So the best part about this is that you can pick and choose whatever colors you want to do with this, and you can layer as many colors as you want, and you're gonna get a really awesome gemstone rock effect. I really like the colors. The colors are really just, no matter what colors you pick from this collection, they're gonna flow really well together. I feel like the color scheme was really thought out because you can really just go and just shut your eyes and pick whatever colors you want, and you're gonna be able to create a beautiful gemstone nail. Next, we're going to go in with the ivory color, and I'm just going to fill in some of the areas on the nail just to fill in some of that negative space just to get these colors flowing together. This is also adding some more dimension to the nail. Now, this is definitely a trust the process kind of moment because right now we're just tapping that color onto the nail and it's not blooming yet and becoming one with the other colors. So definitely give it a moment to just work its magic with that marbling ink because everything will definitely come together at the end. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue, and I'm just doing the very just light hand. I'm just hovering the gel right over the other colors, and we're getting that perfect gemstone. You can already see it's coming to life. So then to add a little bit more dimension, we're just going to go in with some darker lines, and then we're just going to let it bloom out, and then we will go ahead and cure. All right, so here's what we're working with. I'm just letting those colors bloom out a little bit, and I'm just gonna go back in with that brush and just add a little bit more pop of darkness and color to some areas. But overall, I really like how this is looking. It's really beautiful. And again, you can add so many different lines to this and get even more details with this. And then here's what it looks like after I went ahead and cured. It is absolutely beautiful. You could leave it just like this, but we're going to add some more depth and dimension to this look to really bring that gemstone aspect, to just bring it to life. Now we're going to go ahead and add some micro flakes to this. We're going to go ahead and use the white pearl ones. These are really big and you get a lot in here. I was actually surprised on how big these are. So if you want, you can go ahead and break them apart. That is exactly what we're going to be doing right now. We're just going to go ahead and break them apart. The best way, I figured, I tried to use the little spatula, but you honestly could use your nail art scissors for that. I use a cuticle nipper for nail art. You could go in with that. That would probably been a lot easier, but you can also break them by hand. And then I'm just going to go back in with the tip of this little spatula and just go ahead and make some smaller pieces, but they were really easy to break. And now we have some pieces to place on the nail. Now that we cured, we're going to go in with the one of the gels. It looks like rocks and it looks like sand. This is also going to give that perfect touch of, like, it kind of just ties everything together for me because it's giving us that effortless rock effect by adding these sand rock little speckles in it. This was really fun. So I'm just applying it to the nail and I'm very captivated by this. I'm in awe. I'm loving it. I can definitely see the vision coming together. So I did go ahead and cure that for a full 60 seconds. Now to implement those mica flakes, I'm going to go in with a layer of the Douai gel base. I'm going to apply that to the entire nail. That is going to be our foundation for those mica flakes. I only want to place a few mica flakes in there just to give it that when you're looking at a gemstone and the light hits it, I really wanted that little bit of like that light reflective coming through of that pearlness. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're just going to enhance this nail just a little bit more by applying that mica flake just on certain areas of the nail, but you can already see you have like that perfect pearl rock sheen coming through, and I can already see it. So I'm just hand placing it. I'm using an orange wood stick, and then once I get those pieces exactly where I want them, I'm going to go ahead and cure that for a full 60 seconds. Now you can totally leave this nail just like this, but we're going to add the marble dough to it. So again, we cured that nail for 30 seconds, and now we're going to go in with the marble dough. I will say, keep in mind when you're using this product, a little bit does go a long way. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick some of that product up. And right here, this is probably too much. What I gathered when I was working with this product, a little bit goes a long way. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the pointy tip of the spatula, and we're just going to go ahead and create a little design and just get that right on the nail. And then we're going to go ahead and work that product into the nail. Now I'm going to go in with the flat side and just go ahead and smooth it out, and see, you can already kind of see it kind of coming together. You're probably like, that looks like a hot mess, but you're going to see it all come together here in just a moment. Again, this is a trust the process kind of moment. So I'm just fanning it out to the sides, creating a little bit of a white vein look. And then once we go ahead and get it exactly where we want it, and again, you can create different lines with it. If you want to go ahead and flip back to that pointy side of the spatula and create some more veins, you definitely can do that. But now I'm going to go in with the flat brush. I'm going to go ahead and stick it in a little bit of alcohol, and make sure you wipe that brush off completely. You just want it a little bit damp. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tap that brush right over the marbling dough, and this is really when the veins and just like that perfect marbling effect is gonna come to life. We're also cleaning up the design a little bit, and we're gonna be creating the perfect marble effect with very minimal effort. So again, you could, if you want to darken up the veins a little bit more, you could go ahead and keep adding some marbling dough to it as well. But I really liked how this looked. I really wanted that light wash. And the more you play with it, the more it's going to spread out and create more of an organic look. But I really like how this is turning out. We're going to play with it a little bit more. And then once we're done with the design, I will cure it for a full 60 seconds. Then the last step, we're going to go in with a glossy finish. I did debate if I wanted to do a matte finish. I also feel like a matte finish with a gemstone would be absolutely beautiful as well. But we're going to go in with a glossy finish so we can really see all the layers and the dimension that we added to this just come back to life. And you can already see we have a really fun gemstone nail coming here. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then here is our first nail. So for our first go around, and not playing with any of these products yet, this turned out really good. I really like it. I really like the green and the browns, the neutral tones coming through. They're very earthy, and I feel like options are definitely endless when it comes to this kit. And I really liked that marbling dough that we played with. I felt like it looked good with or without it, but I just feel like the marbling dough just really tied it all together for me. Now for the next nail, instead of going directly in with that marbling ink, we are going to do a base color first. So we're going to go in with the blue. This blue is really beautiful. It's a very buildable color. You're going to see this blue with one coat because I still want that gemstone transparency, and working with syrups is going to be the great way to just create the ultimate gem look itself, because you really want that crystal clear transparency coming through with it. And then I cured it for 30 seconds, and now I'm going in with the marbling ink, and we're going to start off with that beautiful just beige ivory color, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to create some lines, and we're going to create a different look today by pulling in some other colors so you can kind of see best of both worlds with a neutral and then with a pop of color. So we're just finishing up the final touches of the marbling dough. I will say I really like this blue nail. I just feel like no matter what combination, it's just going to keep getting better and better. So we're going to seal this in with another layer of that gel top coat and then cure for a full 60 seconds. I feel like you could also utilize that marbling dough for some really fun like water texture kind of nails. I feel like that would be really beautiful as well. And then this is what the nail looks like cured. I absolutely love the blue mixed in with the white. This is absolutely beautiful. And then I did a couple other nails off camera so you can kind of see some other options. And I will say I do really like this kit for a few reasons. I feel like not only is it great for the gemstones, I just feel like the play of colors and the color scheme of this was just so well thought out that you can create any option you want. You can just pick whatever colors you want and create some beautiful, effortless gemstone nails. I just feel like the colors itself, with the tools that they provided, with that really fun, sandy kind of rocky polish that really adds that dimension and gives it that sandy rock feel. And then that marbling dough, just everything about this kit is absolutely beautiful. The directions and just the learning aspect of it as well was just really thought out and just really easy to use, especially for someone who just does their nails at home. This was a really great kit and I cannot wait to dive more into this. Stay tuned. We will be playing with more of this kit on my channel and creating some really fun accent nails. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. So everything that we use in today's video can be found in that description box below. And I'll see you all in the next one.